So you're a real estate agent. You're looking at the landscape of this industry now in 2026 and what it might be over the next 5 to 10 years. And that Compass is buying everyone, and therefore everyone is now partnering with Compass. Zillow has however many lawsuits against it. People are talking about the MLS going away. People are talking about NAR going away and their local boards. And there's so much tumultuous activity. You might be wondering, like, what am I supposed to do? How does this affect me? What's my next move? And there's really only one strategic next move. Welcome to the Creative Authority Podcast. I'm Matt Goldman. This is the podcast where we talk about how real estate agents can use AI in a way that helps them scale their business, grow their sphere, grow their authority in their local markets without losing their voice, their creativity, and by putting themselves before the AI. This is a really interesting conversation that we have today about the state of our industry. There's so much going on, and I'm not going to rehash everything because I'm sure that if you're a real estate agent, you're being told things by every outlet that is willing to tell you something. They all want you to listen right now about what's happening with Zillow and Compass, but also Zillow and other people, and talking about the NAR lawsuit from last year possibly getting rolled back about commissions and them stating that it didn't have the quote unquote desired effects that it was supposed to when they realized that commissions were not going down. In fact, they had commissions across the board had gone up slightly after creating transparency in our commission structure. But what do you do? What are you supposed to do as a real estate agent who's looking at this right now? And let's boil down really hard on a really basic level. So you're a real estate agent, maybe you're a team leader, maybe you're a brokerage owner who's not part of Compass or one of the ones that they just purchased. What are you looking at right now? What does this feel like? There's probably a lot of uncertainty happening for you right now. And I don't blame you. And things work out. They always tend to work out. There's fear on the Redfin side from they're going to start showcasing Compass agents on the Redfin site along with their private exclusive listings. And so I know that there's a lot of fear talk on that side of it. There's a lot of misunderstanding happening on the Compass side of it. And all of this will settle down. But what you have to do as the individual real estate agent, as the team leader, is you buckle down and you do the thing that you know how to do. And that is serve your clients in your market. Forget all the noise. And I'm not here to be your real estate coach. I'm actually here to be your AI coach. But this leads into that because the way that you're going to succeed in serving your clients and creating more market share, despite all of this industry noise, is by building on and focusing on your personal brand. And I know that we've been talking about personal brand for a number of years. 2026, 27, 28 are going to be the most important times for you as an individual agent or a team leader to build the personal brand around which your business operates. There's a few reasons for this. One, when you're building a personal brand, you are protecting yourself against any brokerage changes, any industry changes. We all know that our clients work with us. Now, I'm a real estate agent too, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and in Bellingham, Washington. So I've been doing this for 12 years. I do understand a few things about this, and I've been with 5 different brokerages throughout my 12 years. My clients have followed me from brokerage to brokerage. They're not hiring my brokerage. They're hiring me. And I have gone up against, before I was a Compass agent, I was going up against other agents for listings that I would win, some that I would lose too. But I would win the ones that I won based on who I was, based on my sales skills, my scripts, my techniques. And that's the same for 99.9% of the clients that you're going to interact with. They're going to hire you for you. Build your personal brand. and lean into that. The other aspect of this is as AI becomes more prevalent in our industry, more people are using it in a very baseline way. There's something interesting about the real estate industry that you come to find out after you've been in it for a number of years, and that is one, we are the cutting edge of everything, but we go surface level on so many things. Just look now in 2026, we are seeing more effective reels and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube output or content. Thank you very much. We're seeing more impactful Facebook, Instagram, YouTube content than we have before. But for the longest time, you couldn't open an app without seeing a just listed, just sold. Like we're just skimming the surface level of like really this app that is designed to create the idea of connection. And people are using it to just plaster it like a billboard. So we see people using AI right now, using ChatGPTs and their Claudes, and they're pumping out the most generic content that you can find. You can open up Zillow right now and see 7 listing descriptions that all read the exact same tone, same language structure. And that's an exaggeration for 7. Maybe in your market it's 12. Maybe in my market it's 3. But you get the idea. It all just seems so AI-ified, so generic. And the consumer can see this. And even as these models get more sophisticated, we as the consumer of that, if we're not on the real estate side, our consumers are becoming more sophisticated in picking up on those AI tells and noticing that it's AI. So how do you stand out? That's part of your personal brand, right? You as the person who becomes the authority in your community, in your local market, if you're going to use AI, you can use it in a way that is intentional, that puts you first, that sounds like you. And I don't mean in the way that we all used to upload 3 writing examples and say, match my tone or write this in my voice. There's ways to train your AI to actually match the architecture of your language structure so that it knows how you explain trade-offs. It knows how you give pushback. It does more than match your tone. Your tone is, hey, write this warmly to someone. Make it a little bit more edgy. Those types of things. I'm talking about like really when you dig down into how you speak to people, how you explain benefits and trade-offs and things to that effect. That's what we work with now with helping people design these things and also design their mission statement and help AI to understand their business values and their ideal clients and where their ideal clients are. And once you can hone into those things, you really start to develop not just your brand in terms of your marketing materials and in terms of your fonts and colors and those fun things. No, the brand in regard to the emotional connection that you are helping people feel when they interact with your content, whether that be a listing description, whether that be your listing consultation, whether that be a Facebook post or a LinkedIn article. It all consistently sounds like you when it is built inside of this environment where you have created a structure for your ChatGPT, your Claude, whatever you're using to output that in. And that all helps in building your personal brand. So we're using personal brand to help fight against the wave of generic AI content that will help you in this industry. Your personal brand is also the thing that is going to protect you against any tumultuous activity that's happening in the market. Like when last year, 2 years ago, my goodness, when did this landmark lawsuit go down? A lot of people were scared about their commissions going away. There was a lot of talk even before it settled. Oh, what's going to happen? How are we going to do? And the market's going to tank, blah, blah, blah. I personally had one of my best 6 months after that closed that I've ever had, mainly because my conversation was my conversation. I didn't follow the conversation that we were all being told about can't even remember the conversation that we were being told about, oh, this is what we have to do now, and all these things. I was so tuned out of it. All I knew is that, look, you do a buyer consultation. You explain the fee structure right in the beginning. You have them sign a contract. That's just what it is, and that's just how we operate. This is nothing new. Nothing has really changed because we all knew in the industry that nothing really had changed. Commissions are still negotiable. It's just how you have that conversation may have changed for you. But all of that came from the personal connections that I had with people and the personal brand that I created, and being a very honed in market expert focused on my client's best interest and disclosing that information in the beginning. One, having a buyer consultation right at the beginning before we even see a house is number one, the absolute top priority. And when you sit down in that consultation and explain all the things that you're going to do, well, now it's suddenly easy to explain your compensation. And there doesn't need to be fear around how this industry is changing. There doesn't need to be fear around what is being created around you and your business. Your business is subject to some of these changes. Yes, there will be some ups and downs. But the hedge that you can make in this industry right now is to focus on you, your brand, your business, your community, your market. Buckle down and serve those people. And that is the absolute best way to move forward through this. And I will say that till I go to the grave. Don't worry about changing brokerages right now. Don't worry about what is happening anywhere else. Just buckle down and get to work. It's spring of 2026. Like, now is the time. Don't bother with all this. It's going to work itself out. And if you need help building your personal brand, we can do that through the use of AI. And that's what Creative Authority System is all about. So this podcast is all about authorship, this philosophy that we as the humans lead AI. We only let AI produce output that we have triggered with a creative, intentional idea. And in doing so, we can retain our humanity in a world of AI sophistication, AI enlightenment, still working on the language around it, but really just fight off that generic AI output that we see so often. You can stay creative, you can stay unique, you can stay an individual and still use AI in a way to help scale your business. And we do that using the method of creative authority, which is creating your mission statement. Your mission statement is the structure of your business and how you interact with your clients and who they are, and then creating your decision rules, quote unquote. These decision rules are the guardrails for where your AI cannot operate out of. It cannot change your intent. It cannot make up facts. That's a big one. With the hallucination rates of AI right now are outrageous. And then we also hone that all in and put that together in a delivery system that comes from your canonical voice reference. And that's what I was talking about with the architecture of your language and how we speak to people. So this is, in my opinion, as the person who's teaching it and developing it, the best way to fast track your personal brand. And even if it never becomes a logo and it never becomes a color scheme or specific fonts, none of that matters as long as your messaging is true to yourself and is consistent. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the industry right now. I'm Matt Goldman. If you have more questions about this or would like to start a conversation, you go to agentslearnai.com. That's the website for Creative Authority. You can learn more there or message me. Instagram, matt.gold.man, or find me on LinkedIn, Matt Goldman 108, or on YouTube, if that's probably where you're watching this. Just shoot me a message anywhere you can. I'm available. I'm around. I'm happy to talk. Thank you very much. I will talk to you next time.